All right, we are live. We are in. We're actually. I put Waterford. We are at Waterford Distillery.
We are literally a block down at a hotel.
Yeah, Waterford Distillery is in Waterford, Ireland.
Right.
For those that don't know, which is where we are. We've been at the distillery all day.
Right.
Got some great insight, some great backstory.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yep. My hat was stolen. Ned took my cowboy hat.
Ned, the master distiller.
The master distiller. There's a photo that will probably come in later where Ned said, I have to take your hat. And he had proffered so much whiskey that I said, please take that. He did give it back. He did give it back. But it's a great shot. I actually think the hat looks better on him. Of course, you'll concur. You can.
No,
no,
I don't think so.
Really, it'll look perfect on him. He's stout and strong.
Give me a second. Let me mute. So,
light coming in, we kind of like.
We are in the hotel room. Hopefully, the Wi-Fi is okay.
Right.
Give me a second. Let me mute.
Nice, good mute.
No, the video is not good. It doesn't look like we're getting the icon.
Okay, hold on. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good. Maybe it'll fade in and out.
Okay. We'll take it as it comes.
So we are in the hotel room. We're back. We've been at the distillery all day.
It was a hell of a great day.
Yep.
Claire was with us, who's been our handler. I know. See, Grace. You were supposed to move in.
What if she's watching?
Well, you were supposed to jump in and say how I got it wrong.
I know.
I know. You just shook your head.
I know.
So her name is Grace.
She might be watching. She's like, oh my God.
You did it again. I know. I was hoping you would jump in, though. Her name is Grace, but I called her Claire.
Let's see, just real quick. Let's see. Jack of all trades is here. Christine Deems, James Hope, Thomas S., Chad Wallace, Matt Bailey, Arash Nadi, Mark Brown.
Hold on. I still like how you, instead of like taking the lead and saying you said it wrong again, you just shook your head.
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah. DJ Beacon, Mark Slinger, Sane Crazy, Bourbon Brofessor, Simeon De La Vecchia.
Brofessor?
Yeah, Bourbon Brofessor.
I like it.
I know.
That's cool.
It's a mashup.
Yes.
Box of Quality is tuning in. Top of the morning, lads. Looks like you're not in the Kansas anymore.
We are not.
I wanted to shoot just with the window open behind us, but
the back
lighting is just
so
way
we went
too
with
great.
What looks like just one great lightsaber coming right out of the mic.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
It does. I thought it very much felt like a lightsaber.
Jedi lightsaber.
Yes, it's a Jedi mic.
If we had the humming going.
Right.
Let's see. Thomas S. is here. Keith Corbett. Whiskey Straight Al. Straight AI. Straight Al. James Hope. I think I said my bourbon journey. Scott is tuning in. Lee, Scotch on the Bayou. Mark Brown. Mash and Drum. Paul Dewar.
Mash. I brought your t-shirt, Mash and Drum.
James McGoran. Good day, lads. I Whiskey She Wine. Santa Cruz.
Great name.
Michael Medina. Brian Campbell. Jerry Bartlett. And Aquavite. Roy, we were just watching the recycled.
Yes, we loved your recycle.
Number 8. Recycled review number 8.
Yep. You got to the ECBP.
He killed the bottle of the 69.7.
Well, you have to. It's so good.
I bet you he saved a sample.
Those are hard to find.
I bet he saved some.
You think so? He's smart. He's probably poured a sample.
He acted like he killed the bottle.
Right. And then he left just a little bit and then chucked it over his shoulder.
Amy is tuning in.
That's the old
Chris
bottle.
Flores.
They don't use that bottle style anymore.
Troy Forsh. Howard Kim. Sorry about that. I haven't seen Sorry About That tune in before.
Good to have you on.
Dan E. He wants to know how your Jordache jeans Bart has.
They are good. On. They are good.
Let's see them. Let's see them. Boom! Look at that. Shake it.
Look at that. It's got
shake
a
it like
logo.
a
shake it like
lollipop.
I got it. Like a lollipop. Like a dum-dum.
We are in Waterford, Ireland. Population, I think they said, is 50 to 60,000 people. I thought it was a little bit bigger than that just by the traffic.
I thought it was about that.
Yeah, very nice. Very old architecture.
Yes, very old. And Mark talked about how the area where we're at, before there were buildings here, there were Vikings This is the first area they landed.
Mark Rainier.
Rainier. I always want to say, well, I always say it wrong. Rainier. We'll just continue saying it correctly. Rainier.
Well, DJ Beacon says special Waterford Crystal Glencairns.
That's true.
So this is where Waterford Crystal
Right.
is at. There's
Yep.
the big factory, the big plant is
Yep.
here. I don't know if they make Glencairns.
I would think
But
they would.
We should check.
We
before
should
go.
stop by.
I doubt it. I know that. Well, I know there's a Crystal Glencairn.
Right.
I don't know if there's a Waterford.
I'm gonna say
similar
there
shape.
is. I'm sure they've heard of us. So
We did get on the drive. So we flew into Dublin yesterday. There was a
Mhm.
couple minor hiccups.
yep.
Not
And
even minor. A little
did
bit
well,
bigger,
though.
but we did well.
there were some comments. I looked tired. I was.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Well, we flew from Dallas to
Right.
Heathrow.
So
in
we
London.
drove 5 hours. Then we flew for
9.
right, and then we missed a connection just because of.
And then we stood in
customs.
customs for like 22
That
hours.
was like humanity. We
That was
basically
crazy.
hung out with humanity for a while.
if
which was
there,
good.
yeah, and if there's a virus, I'm sure it was in that area.
We would have caught it there.
Yes.
That was where the apocalypse would have. The zombie
I'm sure that's
apocalypse
where
would
it-
have started there.
Heathrow
Right.
customs line is where a zombie
yes.
apocalypse will start.
If it begins, it will begin there.
Yeah.
It'll be someone in the middle of it's snakes. And we kept greeting. There was a friendly tall guy who was probably 6'3". It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you're taller
we
than
kept
me.
passing him in the
Yep.
snake.
And he would tell his wife,
snake
cheer up,
as that
honey.
line was
Cheer up,
snaking.
honey. We're halfway.
So we have met Mark Rainier.
Right. Right. We
Um,
actually carpooled with him.
We did get to carpool,
We
with Mark
carpooled.
from Dublin to Waterford.
Genius. And we even talked board games.
Now today we did not spend. That was yesterday. Today we didn't get to spend any time with Mark. We got to spend it with some of the Waterford team. We met
Yes.
Neil, one of
Right.
the master
Yep.
brewers.
Ned.
Ned, one of the master distillers
Right.
there. Got a lot of backstory, kind of background kind of information about the distillery itself.
Got
what
the
they're
official
doing.
tour. The official tour.
And I was just surprised with Mark yesterday, some of the information he was passing on.
Right. Wealth of
some
knowledge.
stuff that I hadn't even considered or thought about
Smart guy.
that Waterford is going to try to do or that they are doing.
Right. Well, he's the
So-
CEO and the inspiration, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's his passion project. Would it be fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Just the way he talks about it. So we're talking about specific farms with specific farmers' names.
72 farms that they're
Right.
dealing with to
If
get
not-
barley from.
right.
So Waterford is doing it's a terroir
Right.
project.
Right.
They want
Barley-
to highlight.
Right. Barley is king. Providence is all. So
That's
we're
right.
learning about that.
But what is neat is really their control, how they are monitoring the farms. It is, I mean, they literally verify that the barley is coming from the
Right.
specific farm.
Right.
They go and pick up the barley themselves,
Well, I can't.
basically.
What's the name? There was. They have these individual. They call them passports. They look
Yeah.
to me like yearbooks.
Yeah, well, they're calling it a passport.
Right. It's
yeah.
a passport, but it looks like a yearbook. And because I noticed they were way up high, I'm like, "What are the books?" And they're like, "Grab one off of there."
Yeah.
And first of all, they were impressed that I could reach up because it was high.
Yeah.
And I could just pluck one. I plucked Andrew. I can't remember his last name, but they're by name of farmer and year that grain was gathered from that farm.
Mhm.
And then there's
But I mean, so what was neat to me though is that
skipping ahead.
I want to say Harper was Harper is one of the farms. When they get 100 tons of barley from Harper, they have verified visually that barley came from Harper Farms.
Well, they pick it up themselves.
They pick it up themselves. They get it malted.
Right.
They bring it to the distillery.
They section it.
And, well,
they have a storage area.
When they're dealing with Harper Farms, that's the only barley they're dealing with. Everything else is shut down. They do 100 tons.
When they're distilling.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
They do Harper Farms.
Right.
And
Yep.
then they clean everything.
Right.
wash it, clean
Yep.
it, sanitize it,
Yep.
and then
To
start
the
over
point,
with
they
the
literally
next
have
farm.
like, not only do they have a name placard for that farm, they've got this beautiful, super large, like wall with these little magnets and circles, and it's highlighted which farm's being distilled at that time. And so as we walk through, you could see the placard, you could see highlighted not only the farm, but the region of Ireland that it was from. And then we were watching the double distillation process as it went. So, and all of that. And then the farm, I can't remember the government agency. There's an Irish government agency that tracks, if it's an organic or if it's a biodynamic or if it's a regular farm that's even using pesticides and whatever and fertilizers. That's all shown for the normal farm, of course, or an organic farm isn't using pesticides or fertilizers. But if they are a regular farm, that's tracked. That's in the yearbook. A photo of the farmer is in there. There was a Grace was talking about a farmer that had a great beard, like an actual good beard. And we're like, what? And she's like, grab the 2018 yearbook. Well, they call it the passport. And I pulled it down and they had a photo of him in there. And she's like, see?
Yeah.
So,
but say if they got barley from Nelson Farms in 2017, Nelson Farms 2017 has its own yearbook / passport. They call it.
They call it a passport.
And it goes through and it shows you everything about that farm. How, the barley,
right?
Everything is in there
Right.
about it.
Right. When it
The
was
date it was harvested, distilled.
Yeah. How much they harvested.
Everything.
Right.
So it's really neat.
Where it's stored in the Waterford, they have a place. Grace said the farmers would laugh because the place where they store the grain, it's not just one grain warehouse. It's like a warehouse that has these concrete sections so that they can keep the grain separated, from each farm. And she said the farmers always give them a hard time. They're like, you're wasting so much space. So.
Well, DJ Beacon is asking, he says, there's no sipping over there. We've been sipping all afternoon.
Yes.
So we're actually
two versions that we'll get into.
We're taking a break from sipping right now because we're going to dinner later with more sipping involved.
Right. We went into like a scientific room where there were multiple sample bottles. We were able to sample some new make, some White Dog. And then he said,
several,
and then Ned said, if you think I'm pushing specific types of new make, feel free to grab any new make off the shelf or anything off the shelf and try it. He goes, I just picked several different farms for you to try, a biodynamic, an organic, an heirloom he had, which was a particular grain. I forget what it was called. I can't remember the name of it, but an older grain that's not really around that much, but that they wanted to experiment with. But he said, grab anything you want. I don't care. You can grab anything. And then we sampled New Make or White Dog, which I've always kind of my favorite White Dog had been Buffalo Trace from Kentucky. And I learned a lot from trying New Make even before here, because now I can pick up a younger whiskey when I pick up some of that White Dog. But I will tell you right off the bat, although it'll never be bottled, we had some New Make or some White Dog that I was like, God dang, you could almost bottle that. I mean, if they wanted to make money right now, a la American style, where there's some New Make. I
will tell you, well, I'm not a big White Dog fan, but they had some stuff that was probably the best White Dog I've had.
Yeah, I had one. I was like, are you the biodynamic White Dog or New Make? Was mild. It didn't taste like it was New Make. It was smooth, although it was very high proof. What was it, 70?
Oh, they were all 70, 71, 72%.
And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, it was that high a proof, but it had a smooth, you still have that White Dog kind of grassy kick to it, but it was softer and milder. That part I will full out tell you, I was amazed because you could see the difference between a biodynamic and organic and then kind of a regular farm, which was part of the point, really, of us trying some of the white dogs.
Santa Cruz is saying we look pretty relaxed.
Oh, we are, yeah. And we've slept. I think I slept 11 hours.
I didn't sleep that long, but I did.
Oh,
I slept good.
Yeah, went to bed at 9 o'clock and woke up at 7:30. I think it was beautiful. It was luscious. I needed it.
So no, Waterford though will be putting out. I mean, and their goal is whiskey all natural.
Right. And
start with good barley, get good spirit.
Yes.
Age it in good wood.
Well, what I'm gonna now, this is off the top of the head, but
no
the
coloring.
three-legged stool of teas was terroir, transparency, and what was the third T?
I don't know. You brought it up.
Gosh darn it! It'll come to me.
He's got a two-legged stool.
Yeah, I've only got a two-legged stool. You can't sit on that. Terroir, and it'll come to me later. It's killing me now.
No.
And I can't think of
But we do hope tomorrow we'll probably try another live, hopefully from the distillery.
They had a pretty good connection.
So we just had, we were busy today. They were showing us around and treating us to
after we
things.
left the lab,
We got to go to the cellar.
right.
Yeah.
We went to the cellar where they had, what did they call, bloody barrels?
I don't remember.
Yeah, bloody casks.
I don't remember.
There were these smaller casks that they'll pull off of. So the full casks are being, we're going to see that later, but they'll fill some of these small little, what size, 20 gallon?
They were,
I know they gave us liters and we were
9 gallon.
9 gallon. And they then have those down in the cellar so that they can pop down and just kind of, not that it's a direct comparison, but they, of course, are aging a little faster because of the higher surface volume. And then they can sample those. So they let us go down and sample a few of those. What do you have? You have a good comment?
John Tucker says it looks like we have a lightsaber sitting on the table.
Thank you. That's exactly what we were going for. That lightsaber coming
They're
out.
centered a little bit better.
Right. I thought you had it perfect before.
Dan E says Bart has a Jordache kilt.
Thank you.
Mike says it sounds like quarter casking. Yeah, they are.
It's
Some, not all.
Right.
This is just a small sampling that they have in a kind of a
so they
separate
can
room.
go down and kind of get a feel for how it's aging.
Yeah, they are using mostly 50. I think the 55 gallon.
I think so.
50 gallon.
We're going to see that tomorrow,
casks.
I believe.
Yeah.
We're going to go out and hang out with a biodynamic farmer tomorrow, which would be fun.
If Rombout tunes in, Rombout did tell us to to ask Ned about the funnies.
The funnies. And as soon as we mentioned both Rombout and the funnies, he was like, I know what you're talking about.
And so we got to taste the funnies.
Right. We can't say much more.
Yeah. Claire the Third says, hurry up and get to Scotland. So that'll start this Friday. We'll travel up to Glasgow. Roy is going to pick us up and tour us around. Well, Saturday we have a tasting and a kind of a meeting scheduled on Saturday. Actually, the Friday, well, go back to this upcoming Friday, we're going to fly into Glasgow, go up to Edinburgh to the vault, SMWS
First of all,
vault.
you just Edinburgh. You said it great.
Bruh.
I think you were good.
Yeah,
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Why'd you interrupt me then? I thought you were going to correct me. If I said it great, why would you interrupt me?
Well, you said it good. It wasn't quite great.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
And get to the SMWS vault. We'll do a live from there. And then Saturday, tasting and meetup. Sunday, we're going to start traveling up through Isla, the Highlands, and Speyside.
Right. The traveling.
So we've got we were trying to get some stuff scheduled. It's still kind of open. It's kind of variable, but.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that way we can't really say where we'll be at a specific time other than the official gathering. That's there. So
Chris Banks Wildlife says, hi guys, hope you had good flights. Mostly.
I'm big. I'm a large
6'6".
I don't fit. But I probably wouldn't even fit in first class. So
now see, McAllen Fine and Rare says Edinburgh ? Like it's not Edinburgh.
Well, I called it Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Like
Edinburgh.
It was, which is how we would call like a New York section would be a borough.
Edinburgh.
And I got mocked.
It's not Edinburgh, it's Edinburgh.
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 And they said, don't say borough, say brah. Edinburgh. So
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
That's what last drop is saying.
Okay.
Edinburgh.
Those are the locals. So all I know is you don't say Edinburgh. I said burrow, and I was like, are you talking about a donkey? I'm like, no.
It's kind of amazing, though, at the same time, how many people are either in Scotland/Ireland or coming to or have just been here.
Sure.
I know Cato is in Scotland right now.
Wow.
Eric from Scotch and Time on the Instagram is in Ireland right now as well.
Beautiful.
He's up north of Dublin, though, I believe. Eric Waite is coming to Scotland sometime soon.
Wow.
And one or two other people at least were in the same region.
Well, and Dan and Rex are going to be out here in a couple of
Yeah.
weeks, they said. So that's cool. So
McAllen Fine and Rare says I was perfect. Just kidding. Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. So let's see what else.
J Mac is 6'4". He feels your pain.
Oh yeah, you and I, brother. Because man, I had a knee. They were like pinned. They were pinned in the seat. So that's all right, though.
All right. Well, I think probably wrap it up for now.
Yeah,
Good.
we'll do some more later
today.
Yep.
Hopefully tomorrow we can do a live from.
I will say
Waterford.
Ned stole my hat.
He did. We got a picture of Ned.
Yep. He said
and
I
Mark's
need
hat.
to see the hat.
Yep.
So it was one of the straw caps. He wore it. We have a photo.
Dan E. We are in Waterford. Yep. Waterford Distillery in Waterford, Ireland.
Yep. South
And
of
that's very
Dublin
nice.
by about an
We've been
hour.
treated very well.
Very
So-
well. Very well.
Yeah.
So it's been very nice.
Now, I will tell you, Waterford, their oldest whiskey is 3 years and
Right. Maybe
4
a month
months.
or two. Yeah.
old.
Right.
So they don't have a real well-aged spirit
Well, they're
yet.
not planning on putting them out for
No.
another, I don't know,
No.
5-6 years.
But I will tell you, they're going to do some interesting stuff. They'll do, I mean, it's all terroir based. You're going to get individual
Right.
barley whiskeys
Well,
made from single malted barley
and very good wood.
and very good wood. And they are doing kind of not a multitude, but several different casks.
Yeah. Well, we
they're
got
doing
to see 4.
they're doing first fill casks.
Right. Virgin oak.
Virgin
American.
oak. Europe. Are they doing European?
Well, it was French. They had
French.
French oak, and then they had
And then a small portion of wine.
right. They called them. I forget. It was like
They didn't. Yeah.
it was different types of wine casks. They
Yeah.
actually had them a little acronym or something.
Mhm.
So, and they of course do no color additives. So we got to see some samples from different casks and how they had influenced just the color. So that was cool. And then we got to taste them and pick down different things too. So it was cool. It's good. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yep. Yeah, in a couple of years before they start putting stuff out. So I think they said they were hoping in 2021 to maybe probably have their first releases.
Well, their very first year, they said they almost hit 1 million liters, and they were very thrilled with that. They were able to get the distillery up and running fast and start laying down some quantity, which of course they said would help them with volume in future years. So that was a very good sign. They were just short of 1 million liters in the first year. So cool. Good. We'll come back in. We'll have some more content later. Maybe less lightsaber.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and watch tomorrow.
Mhm.
I don't know what time.
We don't.
We are 6 hours ahead of Central
Yep.
time.
And we're going to be visiting some farms.
So let's see. It's 5:30 p.m. here. So Central time, it's 11:30. And like I say,
Shall I wrap it?
Wrap.
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Sláinte. Dummies. Stop and broadcast.
Boom.